It's a beautiful day. Just out here sun gazing right now. And just wanted to briefly talk about, a couple things about sun gazing. And let me go over here in the shade really quickly. But I'm a novice sun gazer. And I've been doing it for like several months now. But what I thought about sun gazing is, from my experience, is that it's quite refreshing, and I think this is something that we should all be doing. Just kind of like how we are with our phones. We're always scrolling on reels and social media. For me, sun gazing, I've kind of made it something like kind of like my workout or like my exercise. This is something that I need to be doing every day. So I try and get out here in the sun, and I just gaze, stare at it, and I've noticed some different things within my body. But I think the main thing that I want to talk about is how I wanted to show an exercise, really easy exercise that will help elevate your sun gazing. But the importance behind sun gazing is that we're going back to the phones thing. We are always on our phones, and we're always just scrolling and consuming all this content. But there's this one idea that we should all be aware of, is that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and what you see is what you get. And what you're looking at constantly, just you're consuming that. You're processing that information, and your eyes and your brain is one unit. So whatever you're looking at and whatever you're seeing and watching and consuming, it's going to be processed into here, into the mind. And it's no wonder why we're seeing a lot of issues, a lot of unnecessary things that are happening within our society. And I say this because life is incredibly beautiful, and it was designed with a simplicity. And it's a lot of the issues and problems and these challenges in life is really just, it's complex because humans make it complex when life is already simple and beautiful. So we are making things complex by partaking in things that aren't really helpful for us, or that's not positive. And you can see that on social media now. Anywhere on the internet there's videos and there's things just shining negative lights on so many things and causing a lot of issues and problems. And there's nothing wrong with being on the internet, but this is the new normal by going on our phones and consuming content. And sun gazing is a counter to all that. If you're on social media too much and you find yourself scrolling, I suggest you guys go and sun gaze, because sun gazing is really a life-changing and spiritual activity that I've been doing. I consider it like an exercise, like I said. I need it, just like for people who need to work out, I need a sun gaze. And I try and do it as much as I can, and here I am doing it out here, and it's beautiful. Sun gazing might also, sunlight it's always been beneficial and important science, and many researchers have always studied how the sun is good for you. And it's no secret that the sunlight and the sun rays from the sun is going to help you. But I would like to mention that I think sunlight is also going to help you when you're sun gazing. The sunlight that's reaching into your eyes, remember the idea, what you see is what you get. You might just have a lot more brain power than what you expect. And humans don't necessarily use 100% of their brains. We don't use it to the fullest potential. So it's part of the human body, and we have to elevate. We have to realize that there are forces and there are things out there that are trying to deteriorate the human brain, and they're doing things by showing us all these content, all these videos, and it's not good for the brain if we're just looking at all these things that don't actually help us out. So sun gazing is definitely something that I do to counter the scrolling. I mean, I don't really scroll anymore. I don't use social media as much, but as far as the internet, I use YouTube, and I'm posting videos about these things. And I've always wanted to make a video about sun gazing. And just to get to the main point, I think there are things out there that are trying to destroy the human body as a whole, but they're starting off with these videos, and they're trying to attack the brain first. They're trying to attack the mind. And when it gets into the mind, that's when the rest, everything else, part of the human body is also going to be affected. So, I suggest sun gazing, and I think you guys should all do it. And this should be like the new scrolling. This should be the new thing that like everyone's doing. Everyone should be sun gazing, and everyone should be out there, in the sun and embracing it. So I'm going to demonstrate one exercise for those of you who do sun gaze. I've been doing it for a minute now, but I had this idea of doing this exercise, and everyone can do it. I think it's really simple, and here is that exercise. So ladies and gentlemen, that exercise is the headstand, and I think that the headstand while you sun gaze is definitely going to be a game changer for those of you who do sun gaze. And I want you guys all to try it out. If you don't sun gaze, like I said, definitely try it out. It's life-changing, and the headstand, the exercise that I just demonstrated, that's nothing new. I'm sure a lot of people, there's so many people out there that have done that exercise, but doing a headstand while sun gazing, that's going to elevate your sun gazing a lot, and you're going to see, the benefits that you get just from sun gazing. I feel as if you're gonna multiply those benefits that you get by sun gazing 10 times more when you're in the headstand and you're sun gazing at the same time simultaneously. So that's a good exercise for you in general too. You don't have to do the headstand every single time you're outside. I even suggest you guys should also do headstands spontaneously, whenever you have the chance, whenever you're at home. And like I said, the scrolling and the social media, these are all things that are just, it's all trying to attack the human brain. And these are two exercises that I think will help out. So, I just wanted to briefly make this video. And I hope you guys continue sun gazing. And I hope you guys continue to embrace the sun. Keep on learning. Keep on spreading love. And I hope to see you guys soon. Peace out, y'all. And one last thing that I wanted to mention about sun gazing is that, earlier I stated in the video that what you see is what you get. And when you're sun gazing, you're not just receiving the essence and embracing, sunlight, but, when it's being processed in the eyes, you're really healing your body if you think about it. And the reason why we should be sun gazing more often is, I think currently now, yeah, we are on our phones a little too much. So this will definitely counter the issues that we're seeing on social media and the issues that we're seeing in, our current way of living now. Like if you look around, everyone's on their phones and everyone's just, has like apps open, looking at whatever they've got on their phones and their screens. So, this would definitely counter the way that we live now. This should be the new scrolling. And when you're sun gazing, you're also, when I said earlier that you're really receiving the essence of the sun. And what that means is I think that you're putting on like a new pair of eyes, if you think about it. When you put on a new pair of eyes, you could see a lot of things that you didn't see before. It's like you're unlearning the bad habits. You're unlearning the negative things that you didn't know were bad for you. So sun gazing is not just good for your body physically. It's not just good for your mind and give you more brain power and use your brain to the fullest potential, but you're also putting on a new set of eyes. You're putting on a new it's like you're not putting on no glasses, but you really are putting on a new pair of eyes, because you're seeing things that you've never seen before. You're seeing through a lot of the bullshit. You're seeing through a lot of the stuff that, like, people kind of find normal, and they just accept these things. But when you look at it, you're looking at things with a new perspective. And this is all through sun gazing. So, sun gazing is not just good to, counter the scrolling and the social media stuff and, using our phones way too much, but you're putting on a new pair of eyes that could see through, you could see things that others just can't see. You just have a new set of eyes overall. So, this is going to be good for you guys overall in the long run. And, trust me, sun gazing is life-changing. And, if you guys do it consistently and you do it all the time, I'm telling you, we will be getting closer to the divine and the source. We have to realize that there are things out there that are trying to destroy us, and they're starting off that process by implementing these things like the phones and the screens. And they've been going at it for a while, so they're trying to upgrade, and they're trying to find new ways on how they could keep on having us attached to these things. And the ultimate solution to all this, guys, is sun gazing. So there's a lot of things that I haven't mentioned, or that I probably didn't bring up within this video, that are important to sun gazing, but I just wanted to show a quick exercise and just briefly talk about what's been going on and why sun gazing is a solution, and that there are certain issues and problems that are being implemented and displayed in front of our eyes that not many of us are catching on. So I hope this video helps you guys out, and make sure to continue sun gazing, and make sure to just keep elevating, and I'll see you guys in the next one.